Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining me here. Today is an exciting, busy day for challenge number 3 here at Adobe Live for the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge. I am Clady, I'm your host for this week of Daily Creative Challenge, and I want to jump in the chat to say hello. I can see many wonderful faces here. I can see Carol, Colby, Wade, Edza, I can see Julia here. Thank you so much for joining us, Julia, Michelle, and Angie, Anthony, Laura, Harrison, Lisa Carney. What a fantastic day to be here. Stick with me until during this stream, because I've got a surprise for you. In fact, I'm gonna go real quick into our landing page because there is a surprise, a very wonderful surprise today. So make sure to stay tuned until the end of the stream. I can also see Jack here. Fantastic. Cody Bear, wonderful. Let's get started. So for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, let me jump into our amazing landing page. This is the behance.net/challenge/illustrator landing page, in which you can find so many useful information for this stream. First thing is to join the stream. Click on the big blue button here on the top of the page. You will receive an update every day with the new challenge. In fact, if we will scroll down, we'll discover today is challenge number 3, t-shirt slogan. We will be using some type from Adobe Fonts, offset path, and blending modes to design a t-shirt. And guess what? The t-shirt will be on sale on my website, supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. It was a very last minute decision, but I've decided to create a slogan that supports the Black community, and in fact I'm gonna dive into that in just a second. So before we get started, let me tell you a little bit more about our duty here for the challenges in order to have your challenge reviewed, so you'll be able to first of all draw with me or in your own time, and when you're done you're gonna have to share it in 2 different places. One is the community channel, which is Discord. You can access it by scrolling here on the top of the page where it says community chat, or also if let's see if I jump here. Fantastic. We have this beautiful shortcut link, bit.ly/AI. So this one over here is a hi, it's not a L, Discord, and you will be transported into our fantastic Discord channel. Let me jump back into the channel. As you can see, I can already have done so many beautiful work of these past 2 days. We've been creating a cover with paper effect. We have created images with type. It's been already fun and fantastic, and as usual I really enjoy my time here with you at Adobe Live. And for you to share the work, just in case you're joining us for the first time, don't worry, this is a safe space. You can start from today. We are here to sharpen our skills and learning new techniques in Illustrator. So make sure that, let me jump on the other side of the page so I can show you better. Make sure that you share the work here on the feedback challenge channel. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see it, and usually at the end of the day when I finish my work I'll show you how to share it, but it's very easy. All you have to do is click this little plus here at the bottom of the chat and you'll be able to find it in your selected folder on your computer. And here you'll have amazing mentor. We have Colby, we have Andrew, Jack, Maddie, so many amazing people that'll be able to give you feedback, but also you have you guys, the fantastic community of Adobe Live and Discord. So feel free to give each other support, and even if you've not finished, you find here some inspiration perhaps. So don't be shy. Share. We're all here to learn. A second place where you can share your work is of course your Behance profile. I will also show how to do that. Let's see if I can jump in the correct page here. Definitely not. Here it is. So this is my personal Adobe Live profile. We already started creating a new project here for this Illustrator challenge. Now I should have put, let me see if I can click on it. AI Daily Challenge is the tag to use in order to be discovered. And I'm saying discovered because you will have the opportunity to be selected by our lovely team, and also I'll keep my eyes peeled for your work, and you'll be able to have your work displayed into our curated galleries. To see more and find inspiration, you can head to behance.net/galleries/challenges, and of course for these challenges here, we're going to click on the Illustrator tab. And as you can see, we already have some of you that have been already featured into our amazing galleries. So I can jump back in the chat to see who joined us. I can see Sherry and Keith, Nick, Christelle. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Wade, for sharing in the chat the correct hashtag in order to be discovered on Behance. And I can see Monica, Blanca, Ratmani, Pedro, Laura, Dimitri, George, Jennifer Poole, Monica, thank you so much. Jeffrey, Cecile, RB, nice to see you. It's been a while that I didn't see you. Fantastic. So I'm going to jump back into Illustrator because we're going to have to start designing pretty soon. But before we do that, make sure that you download the starter file. You can find those as well into our starting landing page. Here where it says get started, today's challenge number 3, you'll be able to download the file from this folder here. So you're going to be taken into a Dropbox folder where you find this Illustrator file, and I'm going to jump to it in a second, but again, as I want to say, stay with us until the very end of the stream, because the output of today's stream will be available to buy in order to support the Black community and the Black Lives Matter movement. So let's jump into our design, learn how to create this amazing slogan, and then see how can you be part of our initiative. So I'm going to jump into Illustrator real quick. If you have any question, feel free to write it on the chat. I can see some people writing on YouTube. The chat that I'm reading is the one that is displaying on behance.net/live. So if you are on YouTube, make sure to jump on Behance so I'll be able to see you and your messages and answer to your question. If by some reason I don't reply to questions because I'm busy designing, don't worry, you can always type it again so you know that I can see it. And I'm actually gonna scroll down back into the chat to see if there is any last minute question. Fantastic. I can see that Wade is sharing all the amazing link. Thank you so much for your help, Wade, as usual. But let's start designing. So in order to start designing a slogan, as you see, I provided 2 different files. One is a t-shirt that we're going to use as a mock-up from Adobe stock. If you're using it just for your own practice, you do not need to license it. If you will use it for work practice, then you will have to license it. And here is a vector that I've created for you to use just to, find out the right size and how to place your t-shirt. There seems to be a link missing in the AI file. Okay, so probably is this t-shirt here, but don't worry. Thank you so much, Laura, for letting me know. It's just a t-shirt from Adobe stock, and I'm actually show you right away how can you find it. So let's go into our libraries panel. If you don't know where to find it, go under window menu, and we're gonna find the libraries, and all you have to do is to click here and search Adobe stock, and we can search in this, for example, white t-shirt. And as you can see, it's taking a second, but here they are. You can find whatever t-shirt you want, and all you have to do is simply to click and drag in order to have the preview here of the t-shirt. Here it is. So even if mine is missing, I've just got one from Adobe stock, and as you can see, you don't even have to leave Illustrator in order to use one of these t-shirts. So again, feel free to pick whichever one you want. Hi Dylan, thank you so much for joining us, and also buenas Lauri and Julie, lovely to see you here. Fantastic, but let's get started designing. So another service that I use here in Illustrator is Adobe Fonts, and you can also access it from within Illustrator, or you have the option as per Adobe stock to go to their website. So for Adobe Font in particular, the website is font.adobe.com, and the font that I'm going to be using today, if you want to work along with me, is Pica Ultra Script. I'm going to zoom in to see if you can search it. If you want to search it, I'm sure the Wade is probably going to give us a link as well for this, but otherwise all you have to do, remember how to spell it, maybe take a note. It's very easy, and all you have to do is to go into browse fonts and just put the name of the font here, and here it is. It's the very first one that comes here. Again, I'm going to jump and zoom in to make sure that you can see it. Otherwise, you can go ahead and search by properties. That's how I found it, by selecting the weight, and for a slogan usually we can get the thickest type, the so-called display types, because we want it to be nice and loud with our information on our t-shirt. So I'm gonna jump back into Illustrator, and again I'm gonna be using this font that is called Pika, P-I-K-A, and also you can browse font directly here under the Find More panel directly into Illustrator. I spoke about that a little bit more yesterday, so feel free to see yesterday stream if you want to learn more. Also, I can see IPEA. Yes, fantastic, Cornell. That's a fantastic tip. You can also copy and paste the number of the photo in order to find the exact photo that I have there. Right now, I'm going to select the font, and I'm probably going to give it a nice and wide size so we can see it. So I'm probably going to select 120, and I'm going to double click on the character panel and select the font that we talked about before. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to use our lovely shortcut Shift Command O to outline our font, or we can go under the type menu and select create outline. And as you can see, by pressing Command Y, we're going to see the outlines, and it is in fact a shape. So what we did is transform the text into a shape. Now before doing so, I should have actually typed the correct letters. So I'm just going to press Command Z to undo, double click, and I'm going to write Black Lives Matter. And I'm gonna press Command A to select the entire text, scroll down, and then go to my paragraph option under the properties panel and click on Align Center. And now we can finally outline the text. You can also click and drag outside in order to create a copy, just for safety, so you always have the same font and size within your file. Now let's press Command Shift O to outline it real quick, and click and drag by holding Shift in order to constrain proportion and have a nice and bold text. As you can see, we do have a little bit of overlapping type. In order to join them together so it looks like one single shape, all we have to do is add to our very useful properties panel here and click under the very first icon of the Pathfinder, which is Merge, Unite. This is gonna bring all the shapes together. We don't have any overlapping, and we can treat all these type as one single shape. And we're gonna go and use our object, Path, Offset Path. And I'm gonna offset the path, or let's see if I'm probably gonna do 8 millimeters. Yes, 8 millimeter looks that it works just fine. Once you're happy with it, press OK. And as you can see here, we have some overlaps as well. We can see it on the green line. So we're gonna click on the Pathfinder Unite as well in order to create another shape. Now I'm gonna press Command C to copy, and I'm gonna delete this one because we're gonna paste it in a second. I'm gonna click into our shape and use the color, in this case white, or you can use perhaps orange, whatever you prefer. We just need some contrast with the black. And then I'm gonna go back into our pasteboard simply by clicking in order to deselect that type, and press Command F to paste in place the outline that we deleted a second ago. Shiro, I know I'm going so fast, but you can always rewatch, play, and pause. There is a reason why I'm going fast, is because I'm gonna put this t-shirt on sale in order to raise some money for the Black Lives Matter movement. So there is a good reason why I'm going fast. But just for you to repeat, all I've done is select our text, which was with a font called Pika, created the text that I wanted, then Shift Command O to outline it, and Object, Path, Offset Path to create the offset, which is the black below. Now I'm gonna press Command F in order to make, Command F in order to make another copy. So I pasted it twice, and I'm gonna move the second one, as you can see, simply by holding Shift and the right arrow, and then the lower arrow. So I'm moving it a little bit, shifting it off, because we're gonna create this nice background for our text. Then with this selected, I'm gonna hold Shift, and I'm gonna zoom in for you to see, and I'm gonna go ahead and click on the other black offset path that we created, and then I'm gonna go under Object and Blend, and I'm gonna click on Make. Once we created our blend, I'm gonna click on this blend tool here on our toolbar. I'm gonna zoom in for you to see. And I'm going to double click and create a blend with specific steps. In this case, I'm gonna add perhaps 60 steps and click on the preview. And as you can see, we joined our path, and I'm gonna press OK. Now, in order to make all this shape and the blend one single object, we're gonna go ahead and expand this effect. We expand under Object, make sure that everything is selected, so don't click away, and click on Expand, and click OK to expand Object and Fill. And as you can see, those are all the little shapes that we created expanded. While we have this selected, let's go back to our Pathfinder and click on Unite, and it will probably take a second. Fantastic. It already did it. So now we have one single shape, and we're almost done. We're almost ready with it for it. So the other thing is to do perhaps the same here with the top color. So again, press Command C to copy, Command F to paste, and I'm gonna select another color, perhaps a darker orange. And I'm gonna press, I'm gonna actually paste it to the back here. So I'm gonna move it a little bit to the side. And then if you zoom in, you can find your clear orange here, and Command Shift right curly bracket to bring it on top. So we also created another little accent. Now I have like really few minutes to share with you a fantastic trick. And I'm gonna go fast, so make sure to watch the replay if you need. I'm gonna select the circle ellipse tool, which is nested under the rectangle tool in our toolbar, click and drag to create an oval shape. And I'm gonna go ahead and click a light color, perhaps a light yellow, in order to create the highlights. I'm gonna go under Window and Brushes. In order to open our Brushes panel, click on this little plus here and click on Art Brush and click OK. So this is gonna use our shape as a brush, and you can do it of any color you want. And then with the pen tool, I'm gonna click and drag and create some point. Now making sure that we swap this fill with the stroke here. All we have to do is to go into our new brush, and here it is. Our line is now transformed into a fantastic highlight. So you can take your time and click and do that over and over again, up to you. You can perhaps just design all the highlight first and then create, change it into the actual brush afterwards. Completely up to you. All you have to do is to press V to get the selection tool, select them both, and again simply go ahead here into the brush panel where you have your new brush and click on the brush. You can also go into your stroke, perhaps it looks a little bit too thick, and you can turn it down to maybe, let's say 0.5. Looks like a nice size. That's completely up to you. So I'm gonna show you real quick my final version, because I took a little bit more time to do all the single highlights. Something else that you can do is perhaps to create more more fancy type, is to use all these little corner, and again with the pen tool we can bring in a little bit of that background just like that, and you can make sure that you have a black feel, and you can repeat that for maybe just the L and the K. This is for this particular font, just to give it a little bit more of an edge and have it a little bit more bespoke. So I'm just gonna jump into my final file, because I wanna show you what I've done while I was getting ready for this stream. So my final, and it should be here, into my recent file. Again, I took a little bit more time here, and I've created more highlights. So this is exactly the same procedure as I've done before. And all you're gonna have to do when you're ready is simply click and drag it into your t-shirt. And this will be the mock-up that you can send to your printer. So when you save the file, and I'm gonna show you how to save it here. So once you're done, let's assume this is the one that we selected. I'm gonna press Command G to group it, and click it and drag it on here on whatever you want in your artboard. Then we're going to go to our artboard tool and click into the shape in order to select it all. You have to press Option Command E in order to export the artboard that you want. So in this case, it will be artboard 14, which has got the artwork, and artboard 2, which has got the t-shirt. So once I'm done with it, I'm going to create a prefix, which is t-shirt. My voice is gone. I'm talking too much. And I click on export artboard in order to export. So if we go back into our desktop here, or actually it opens the folder, which is fantastic. I love this feature. We have our file ready to be printed that we can send to our printer. So we will send this one here and also the t-shirt, and that will help the printer to understand where do we want the t-shirt. But now the most important thing is that this t-shirt that we created today is available to buy, and the link is, you can find the link on my Instagram, is just right here in my bio. Oops, here it is. Let me refresh because that was probably yesterday video. Here it is. So the link is on my shop, iamclady.com shop/blm-adobe live, and you'll be able to purchase this t-shirt. Now I want to make sure that you are aware that the proceeds of the t-shirt will go to support two charity, which are outlined here, which are Black Lives Matter and the Movement for Black Lives Matter. And we can see that Jesus already got his t-shirt on right there in San Francisco. And also you can see a photo of me there, which I like, you already got one of me, that's fine. So if you want to join us in supporting the Black Lives Matter movement, make sure to purchase this t-shirt. And of course, I will let you know once we have donated and how much money we have collected for these charities. So support. Hopefully we'll have a link shared in the chat soon. Otherwise you'll be able, yes, fantastic way. So you can purchase the t-shirt as Jesus did, and you can find the link here in the chat or also under my Instagram. It's almost time to go. I think I still have a minute to show you how to share your artwork in Jesus is a great model, Michelle. I agree. I'm gonna post his photo on my Instagram as well. So I'm gonna show you how to post your work on Behance, and of course here on Discord. So when you go to Discord, you can click on the feedback challenge channel and click on the plus sign here at the bottom, and all you have to do is select the file that you want from the destination folder, wherever you've saved it, maybe your desktop, and click on open in order to have, I'm gonna write challenge 3 and upload. So the file will be uploaded, ready to be shared with the community and receive feedback from me, the other amazing mentor. Also, I already got a thumbs up. Fantastic. Then another way for you to share your work is to head into your own Behance profile and click on create project. But if you already followed us, if you want to know more about creating a new project, you should watch the video number 1 of this Illustrator Daily Creator Challenge, because we already did create one. But otherwise it's very simple. Just create a project, click on the big blue button and follow the instruction. But for those of you who already created the project, make sure to click on the little gear icon here and click on edit, and you'll be able to scroll down to wherever is your new challenge and click on add content where the image is, and again go and select the image of your choice. Remember, in order to have the image displayed full bleed, you will need at, in this case I'm not gonna write as you can tell, but you will need at 1400 pixel width. It doesn't really matter the height, but don't worry, we're gonna fix this project. This is gonna be our last challenge together, how to create a project. So make sure that into settings you have the AI daily challenge on your project tags, so you will be discovered from us in order to be also displayed on our lovely galleries. So make sure to support our fantastic charities. Unfortunately, it's time to go. I've shared this link with me in the shop, with you in the shop. So once you're gonna head in the shop, you can get more information also about the charities, because you do have the link there. I've got 10 seconds to say goodbye. I didn't talk about the schedule, but you'll see so many amazing people still coming after me. Unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye everyone.